I'm ready for my 15 minutes, Mr. Warhol. They said they wanted people who were real. And I thought about it. I was real. So, I went down to Times Square and I waited in line for hours and hours with a bunch of annoying idiots. And then, once finally inside, I was given a number. And then brought into another room where I waited for an hour and a half. And after all this waiting, I was brought into a room, sat down in front of a video camera, and asked one simple question. Why do you want to be on the real world? Well, I thought about it. And they pushed me for an answer, saying that they didn't have all day. I want to be on the real world because it's my favorite show! And that wasn't what they wanted to hear. So, I took off my mask and I started rambling. As far back as I can remember, I have always wanted to be famous. I received a Bugs Bunny record player for my 5th birthday, and it seemed that the only albums that my mother had in the house were her rather extensive collection of show tunes. Well, this became my obsession. Mom and I would sit and we'd listen and we'd smile, and of course the only thing that she wouldn't laugh about was when I would scratch the needle across the record over and over again in order to hear the same song. And eventually her prized collection was ruined by yours truly. But I kept listening to Mary Martin and Ethel Merman and Judy Holliday doing shows in the basement. Until, of course, junior high, when I found out that musical comedy whores got the shit kicked out of them. So I put the collection away. And for 2 years, I tried to enjoy the suicidal rock anthems of the Smiths and Joy Division. But then in high school I realized you could be whoever you wanted to be as long as you were willing to fight for it. And Mary and Ethel and Judy were worth fighting for. So that's when I more or less came out. And Mom surprised me by acting like she didn't see it coming. I was like, Mom, I was Auntie Mame for Halloween. You helped me sew the dress. What do you expect? But she got over it. And of course she doesn't relish the fact of me being intimate with anyone, but I'm kind of sort of trying to get over that myself. And they shut the camera off. Was it something I said? No. My time was up. So they thanked me and they said that they'd give me a call when the producers went over the tapes. I politely thanked them and took the train back home. And I waited for their phone call, but the phone never did ring. But a couple days later, a man comes to the door with a camera in his hand. I'm from MTV, he says. Oh. And I've been sent here to follow you around for the next 24 hours. And he did. Oh, he taped me brushing my teeth, having breakfast with the family, driving to work, going to the bathroom, everything. But I had this feeling that nothing very exciting was happening. So I thought fast. When the cameraman was taking his 2-minute break, I called my boyfriend and I told him to come down and pretend to break up with me so I would have something interesting to bring back to the powers that be at MTV. Well, he agreed, and 10 minutes later, we were breaking up right in the middle of the office. And the camera loved it. And the cameraman bought it because after my so-called ex split, the cameraman asked if I was okay. After closing, I went to happy hour. It was karaoke night. And I guess I had one too many, and I made a fool out of myself trying to sing Go, Grease Lightning, Go! And then I went home, and I channel surfed wildly before I decided to call it a night. But the cameraman didn't go home. And so he taped me, doing my before-bed rituals. And then I guess he was shooting me a dream, I'd imagine. And then when I woke up the next morning, he was gone. A few weeks later, I received a letter from MTV. Dear Real World Audition, not even a name. After reviewing your tape, as well as hundreds of others, we have decided that you are not what we're looking for at this present time. Thank you for your interest, and keep watching MTV. Oh, I'm not pissed. So MTV doesn't find me interesting. Well, so what? My mom finds me interesting. My boyfriend finds me interesting. But sometimes it's just not satisfaction enough, I guess. Why is fame so important to me? Oh, it's fear of the inevitable, I guess. Death. I mean, that's one of the three things that we all have in common. Birth, stuff, and death. It's just that I do not want to be forgotten about. Oh, is that selfish? Of course not! Fame is the American dream.
This is it. The happiest day of my life. Or is it the most important day of my life? I don't remember. Maybe it's both. This is my mother's dress. Doesn't fit. We tried to get it altered, but it didn't take. Chances are it'll fall off or rip open as I walk down the aisle. Some of the groom's party have a little pool going, which is quite cruel, and I wasn't supposed to find out about it. Lovely day out there. Not a cloud in the sky. Mother's prayers paid off. Simply beautiful. And the guests are starting to arrive, signing in, dropping off their gifts. It's a wonderful time already. I can't do it! No! Send them all home! Mother! No! I don't know what I'm doing. No! All that money. No refunds. All those hors d'oeuvres. What do we do with them? Doggy bags. Oh, the bands, the decorations. Oh, my parents would die. His parents would die. He would die. I'd be the only one left. Bury them all or walk down the aisle. What a decision. No turning back. Wrong as it may be. It's not that I don't love him. I do, or rather did. But I will again. I'll force myself. Mother didn't like the idea that we were living together without being married. She says she raised me better than that, and she did a fine job raising me, but she doesn't understand that this is how it works today. You find someone, you move in together, see if it works, and if it doesn't, then you don't get married and a divorce has been avoided. She doesn't see it like that. I met, what's his name? the groom in college, freshman year. I was a loser, he was a loser, so we started sleeping together and depending on one another. We don't sleep together much now, we're so over that. Once a month, maybe. I told him I stopped taking the pill and he got me pregnant. He didn't know what to do. He went home for the weekend and proposed Monday evening during a commercial. Oh, it was more romantic than that, though. He got down on one knee. A beer had rolled under the sofa, he said, and when he was down looking for it, he popped the question. Oh, my mother was just overjoyed, yippee, when I told her the news. She cried and cried for a good part of an hour. Since I'm not really pregnant, I decided not to give her another heart attack. I know what's going to happen. You know, we'll go on our honeymoon, we'll go back home, and everything will be the same. I'll try to pretend that things have changed, but no, deep down inside, they really haven't. We'll become bored. I'll really get pregnant to keep us together, or they won't work. He'll leave me with the kid, and I'll be on welfare by the time I'm 30. He'll come crawling back, but I'll call his bluff and blow my last chance. I'll meet someone who hits me and accidentally drops the baby out the window. My parents will die, and I will be alone! This is crazy talk. True, but crazy. And I am trying very hard to concentrate on what I have to do today. I have to get married and go on a vacation. No, even that's too much. I have to walk out that door and into all that and try to find something good in it. It's a good day. A simply lovely day. Everything is fine. Maybe this is what every bride goes through. That split second between the I and the do can be half a lifetime. Oh. Well. Oh. That's my cue. Dear God. Okay. Happy. 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 Happy? Happy. 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 Stop the play! Stop the play!
The devil is alive and well and living on Broadway. And I have come here on a bus from halfway across the country, sitting for 20 hours next to a man who smelled like vapor rub and Limburger cheese. My own little pilgrimage. And I don't mind, it's the devil's plaything. At the bus station, I saw a young woman flash her bosom at a toothless old drunk. I was disgusted, but marched on. I had a job to do, to join my Christian friends from all over the country in closing a vile and disgusting show. Actors burn in hell! Actors burn in hell! When I was a little girl, St. Sebastian's, our local parish, had a passion play every Easter season. One year, the young man playing Jesus was rumored to have homosexualist tendencies. So, some of the good people of our town decided to put a stop to it. They asked him to bow out gracefully, but he wouldn't. And then there was a fire at his house, and it burned to the ground with him still inside. And that was the end of that. Crucify them! Crucify them! Death to the devil's theater! Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have any problem with homosexuals, just so long as they stay far, far away from me. But this idea of writing a play about a gay Jesus is simply wrong. It's sacrilege! It's blasphemy! And I don't have to see it. That's what everybody keeps saying, you haven't seen it. Well, I don't have to see children murdered in front of me to know that's bad either. I'm here. I love theater. Get used to it. I don't hate all theater. No. Dinner theater's okay. And Andrew Lloyd Webber. But everything else is just smut. It's sexually confused young men in their underwears kissing each other. The very thought of it just gives me the willies. Why can't you do a nice Jesus play? What did Jesus ever do to you? I saw a young man walking up to the theater, and I asked him, "Are you an actor?" "Yes," he said. And I spit in his face. Well, he didn't like that one bit, and he got all angry, and he tried to punch me. So I started beating him to death with my paint-stained fist. And he ran away. Now, this is what it all comes down to. Do you want to go to heaven, or do you want to go to hell? Now, it's simple. I want to go to heaven. And I would like to have some people there with me. So, you can understand how it pains me to see all of these people lining up and calling the box office and ordering one-way tickets straight to hell. And I pray for these sick, sad people. But my praying won't help them, not really. Their die's been cast by their own hand. And I can wait for them. But what's the point? It does, however, make me happy to try to help them by praying for their souls. Dear God, these people need your help. Please help these poor theater goers. They know not what they do. Let the bolts in the girders that hold up the roof of the theater come just a little bit loose. Let the ceiling fall in upon their hateful skulls and send them all straight to hell. For this I pray to you. As for all good things, amen.
At this time, I am supposed to be performing a monologue about death. It's the story of a young professional who puts her career on hold to go home and care for her dying mother. Which is totally stolen from that Meryl Streep film, One True Thing. I didn't really get the monologue, so I didn't bother memorizing it. I've decided instead to use a captive audience to share my thoughts on the meaning of life. Well, that's all a monologue really is anyway, isn't it? A chance for the playwright to jerk off through the mouths of unsuspecting actors. Ew! That didn't come out the right way. But you're gonna have to forgive me for that because I'm making this up as I go along. What I'm doing up here is very dangerous. I could be ruining my so-called career as an actor. And I will probably be reported to non-equity, if such an organization exists. And if the stage manager hasn't fallen asleep by now, she has probably noticed that I've decided not to follow the script and might be forced to dim the lights at any moment. So I'm going to keep this brief. Plus, I'm sure you all want to get out of here anyway. I mean, I really can't blame you. But just in case, I came prepared. Listen up! Life is a series of uneventful events to mark time. We keep journals, and scrapbooks, and souvenirs, and videos of the kids. For what? What's it all about? I have no answers. Life is not about answers. Life is about questions. And good questions don't lead to answers. They lead to better questions. I'm not going to stand up here and talk about what happened yesterday or last week or bore you with some story that really isn't very interesting anyway. My point is, why does everybody have to have a point? Who am I? Who are you? What other questions are there, really? Okay, let's start. Who am I? Hi, I'm Dawn. I'm an actor who's supposed to be reciting lines from a monologue, but I've decided otherwise. Who are you? I know some of you. I told you, you really didn't have to come see this thing. But you came anyway. Thanks for coming. I wish I could take you all out for a drink after the show. But I don't have any money. Rain check for when I'm famous. Cool. And here we are, together, for a couple of hours to share in something that's supposed to pass for entertainment. I don't even know what this damn lousy play's supposed to be about. Bunch of idiots, if you ask me. I mean, do people really talk like this and act this way? Not the people I know. Oh, shit! I knew this was gonna happen! Guess I shouldn't be making fun of the play I'm in. There. Now, if I could just hold your minds hostage for 10 more seconds. This is this. There's only now. Yesterday is history, and we all might be dead tomorrow. Life's too short. And that's all you really need to know. Good night.
The only thing that I can't